This is my biggest fear for the New York Yankees come postseason time. And I believe it's also a lot of Yankees fans' fears, but it's one that, well, it's glaring. And if you're not a diehard Yankee fan like myself, or probably some of you that are watching, you might be thinking, oh, well, the numbers are okay, like these guys are legit guys. If you're watching every day, you understand the problem I'm going to talk about. It's a huge problem, and the problem is the bullpen for the Yankees. The bullpen for the New York Yankees is going to give me a heart attack at some point, whether it be the regular season or if they clinch a playoff berth. As of right now, I believe the magic number is 7 for the Yankees. Man, oh man, this bullpen will give you a heart attack. But first, it's Luke Backman with Backman Sports. If you're a Yankee fan, let me know what scares you the most heading into October in the postseason. If you're just a baseball fan, let me know. Are you aware of the Yankees' bullpen concerns? But getting to the bullpen. This is a bullpen that at the start of the season you thought, okay, you have some names. You have Devin Williams coming from the Brewers. You have Luke Weaver returning, Tim Hill, Fernando Cruz. These are 4 good guys that you will like. You have Mark Leiter, another guy that can get you innings. Okay, it's not the greatest bullpen. It's not bullpens that the Yankees have had in the past, but you'll live with it. As the season has progressed, this bullpen, it seems like every time a starting pitcher comes out of a game, you're holding your breath as a Yankee fan. Just the other night, the Yankees were winning 10-1 against the Minnesota Twins. If you're not a Yankee fan, you might not know the score. But if you are, you definitely know the score. The final score was 10-9. And we can get into the offense and their problems, or whether or not, hey, if they hit home runs, they win. If they don't, they lose. Right? That can be a whole separate video. Right now, it's the bullpen. A bullpen cannot allow 8 runs. And of course they didn't. Cam Schlittler gave up some runs before he got into the pen, and Aaron Boone chose the pen. And that's another issue you can talk about, whether or not Aaron Boone is selecting the right guys from the bullpen. But at the end of the day, these are major league pitchers. And at certain points, they're not doing their job. I'm going to go through a few names. And again, if you're a Yankee fan, let me know in the comments below whether or not you have confidence in these guys. Because I'm going to say names and whether or not I feel comfortable with them coming into games. Let's go to the 9th. David Bednar. Bednar obviously came over from the trade with the Pirates earlier at the trade deadline. This was, I think, the best trade pitching-wise the Yankees made at the deadline. Because you have Camilo Doval, which I'll speak to in just a second. He has not been somebody that you can rely on. Unfortunately, even though some nights he has great stuff. Last night against the Twins, I'm recording this on September 18th, so last night was the final night against the Minnesota Twins. His stuff looked phenomenal. You can't count on it. David Bednar has proven, I'm the closer. I'm the 9th inning guy, even though he's had a few outings where it's been, what's going on? Whether it be a couple nights ago against the Twins, you have a 2-run lead, you bring in Bednar, he gives up a solo shot. It's like, or against the Rays weeks ago, where you have a 3-4 run lead, and it's gone. And of course, that was probably his worst performance as a Yankee. But he's also proven to show up in big moments against the Texas Rangers, and maybe his first outing or one of his first outings. I believe maybe his second outing. Comes in 40-plus pitches, is able to get the save, and a much-needed win for the Yankees at the moment. David Bednar is the 9th inning guy. Well, I don't have 100% confidence in them. Hey, it's as much confidence as I have in any guy in the bullpen, and you say, yes, he is our closer. Going back from it, who's your setup man? That's the biggest issue at the moment. Who is your setup man? It's between 3 guys. Doval, Williams, Weaver. Williams, as of late, has looked good. He had some good outings in Boston. He had a couple good nights in Minnesota. What is Devin Williams' plan? I was saying this, and I believe someone else said it. Aaron Boone actually said it. He's going to be like Clay Holmes this year. And he wasn't trying to diss him or compare him to Clay Holmes, but a lot of Yankee fans did not have faith in Clay Holmes. Remember, he blew all those saves last year, and Yankee fans are like, why in the world is he even coming into games? Well, it's because you got to use the pitcher. You got to use him. If he's in the bullpen, it means you have faith in him over other guys you could use. So you're going to use him. Devin Williams, it's going to be him. That's going to be his role. Coming into a playoff game, you're never going to feel confident about him. But things can go one of 2 ways. Either completely well or completely off the rails. We've seen it with Devin Williams. He's come in, he's had stretches where every single game he comes in for about, 6, 7, 8, 9 games, he's given up a run or given up multiple runs. And then he has a stretch where he looks invincible. His pitches look like hitters can't touch him. With Devin Williams, you don't know what you're going to get. I don't know if you can use him in that setup role, or if you do, you have to have another arm warming up in the bullpen. You have to. You can't just leave Devin Williams there, even if you bring him in. If a guy gets on, you have to have another arm, because after 3 hitters, you might have to pull the plug on him before things get dangerous or ugly for the Yankees. Next up is a guy I truthfully, I'm a huge fan of, and during stretches of the season, he looked phenomenal as well, but as of late, he scared me, and that's Luke Weaver. Luke Weaver, going back to last year, was the savior. With Clay Holmes going completely off the rails as the closer, Luke Weaver stepped into that role and made the most out of it. This year, he's had parts where he's like, okay, Devin Williams, step aside, I'll be okay. Then he got injured, he's come back, struggled a little from his IL, and then had a very good stint where it's like, hey, him and Bednar, that's 1-2 punch to end the game. As of late, he's getting hit, and it did start against that same Rays game. He threw a high fastball, a good pitch. I forget who the hitter was. He got his hands up, quick, barrel to the bat, hit it out the park for a home run, and in that moment, I thought, he's going to let that affect him. Even though it was a good pitch above the zone where Austin Wells wanted him to throw the pitch. A pitch that the hitter should not even have swung at. He was purposely throwing the ball to set up a lower pitch, an off-speed pitch, and the hitter just got to it. Feels like since then, whether it be hits or even home runs, Luke Weaver has continued not to look comfortable on the mound. I think he can figure it out, and I think in different innings against Boston, he came in with people on and was able to get out of that. I believe it was first and second, only 1 out in a 1 or 2 run game. Luke Weaver gets out of that jam. He has the ability to it, but again, you can't feel the most confident about bringing him into the game at this point. Again, a little bit of regular season left. You can see where Weaver is, but at the moment, I don't feel all the confidence for Luke Weaver like I did last year or even in the middle of this season. Finally, out of the 4 guys, right, you had 4 potential closers and setup mans. 4 guys, Camilo Doval. Man, oh man. This is a guy that has incredible stuff like splitter, all these different, the cutters. The cutter he threw a 101 mile per hour cutter yesterday. Not many people are hitting that. It's just you don't know if he's throwing strikes. And on top of that, he's balked at least 2 different times this season with the Yankees. And it's like, Doval. You're brought in many times to get crucial outs. Sometimes with runners on, you can't balk. You can't give them an extra 90 feet or even give them a run. So Doval right now is the guy that you'd use in the 6th inning. 5th, 6th inning, that's who you're using. He has not won my confidence to be a 7, 8, 9 type of guy. Definitely not 9, but a 7 or 8 type of reliever at the moment, especially in a 1-2 run game. I understand maybe if the bullpen is tired, you have to go to him, but in the playoffs, I don't know if you can count on Doval. Then here's 2 or 3 guys that I have to a degree confidence in them, but sometimes they scare me as well. I mean, I feel like I'm saying this with all the bullpen relievers. Mark Leiter Jr., Tim Hill, and Fernando Cruz. Tim Hill's the one I am the most confident in. Now, I, again, should have used Tim Hill over Nestor Cortez last season. No doubt about that. In the playoffs against Freddie Freeman, come on. We're not going to go down that road. Tim Hill, if you got lefties, put Tim Hill in. Fernando Cruz, he's a huge boost to the bullpen, but he's come back and he's given up runs. He has not been able to locate his stuff and have the command that we have seen Fernando Cruz have in the past. It's scaring. And Mark Leiter Jr., another guy that I feel like he is a presence on the mound. He can get those big outs. He's done that in his Yankee career. I believe his first Yankee appearance last season was bases loaded, nobody out in a 1-run game, and he gets out of it. I think he bailed Clay Holmes out of that jam last year. If I remember correctly, I think it was against the Rangers. Mark Leiter Jr. is a guy that, hey, at the end of the inning, you got to pull a pitcher. 1 to 2 outs, Mark Leiter Jr. might be your guy. This bullpen, and as a Yankee fan, even in regular season games, especially the ones you need as you creep towards the playoffs, man, this team is scaring me. Let me know in the comments below who you have the most trust in. That's just personally, and I'm not looking at different statistics. It's the eyeball test. Who do you trust in the most for the Yankees? What are you expecting from the bullpen come the playoffs? Let me know in the comments below. Like this video. I'm Luke Backman of Backman Sports. More coming soon. That's all I got for you today. Peace. I'm out.